All right, guys, welcome to the NSL podcast. We got a little bit of a full cast here today. We got the our co-commish here, Rabbit.
What's up?
Cowboys. We got JR.
What's up? What's up?
We got the Patriots here, who's a fan in real life. He's ready for the Super Bowl and Brady's sixth ring, I believe. We got a first time here, but he's been in the league for, I think, 2 seasons, two full years now. Napleman, right? 2 years?
Yep, 2 years.
Okay. And then we got our Bengals owner. What is that? Somebody is talking. JR.
He's got the TV.
Is that JR? Somebody's TV is going off.
Oh, shit. Let me go turn that bitch off.
Oh, my God.
JR's jamming some. All right. First thing I want to ask is, Napleman, how do you like the league, man? Say some stuff about yourself. You haven't been on a podcast before. I'd like to hear.
Yeah, this is my first time. Been trying to jump on for a while here, but I'm glad I'm here now. Been playing Madden for a long time, ever since it came out. I know my gameplay may not show it, but I just been a casual player. Been in some leagues for a while, but I really wanted a true sim league. So when I came across this league here, was excited to join it. Love it. Glad to be here. You got a bunch of good players here, and I like that. Competitive.
Appreciate that. You're a good fit for this league. How do you like the Rams, man? You got them before they're good. Now they're going to be good next year. You planning on sticking with them next year, or are you gonna?
Yeah, man. I got lucky there, man. I'm glad to have them. I like the players on the team. Good team to build. Yeah, I'm happy to have them.
You gonna be keeping Gurley next year, or you just not a fan?
Gurley just doesn't. I know it sounds crazy. I know you guys gave me a lot of flack on a couple podcasts before. He just doesn't fit my run game, man. I'm not. He's quick, but I like the speed, man. I'm a speed guy, so he doesn't fit my gameplay.
I do believe next Madden he's a bit faster. They've already made him a little bit faster, so
yeah. So I may keep him then if he is. But yeah, I think he was like a 92, and I need or something like that. I need a little bit faster than that.
All right. Well, just welcome to the podcast, and good to go. Let's go through everybody else. How's your season going, Rabbit? You having a good season with the Cowboys? You making the playoffs here?
It's a push. I gotta pretty much went out to sure. I think if I went out, I might make it in. Jones, you gonna say hey to everybody, Jones? Look. Hi. Here.
What's up, future NSL commissioner?
Yeah, really.
We're doing good. I mean, if I was like, some of the open teams that get selected for March Madness, I think I'd get in. I got a few quality wins against. It was nice to beat Giants. Those don't come across those very easily.
No.
Beat Waka. But it's been an up and down season. I'm on the outside looking out. I may be locked up. I think if I went out, I'll get in. But I still got to play Giants again. So we'll see.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Let's take a look here. Yeah, you are 8-5. If you went out, I do believe there's a definite little bit of competition there for you in the NFC, though. As always, the NFC is a little more rough than some of the other divisions, the other conference, the AFC. JR, you're in the other conference. Go ahead and back me up. How's your season going? You making the playoffs?
I think I need like one more game. Well, I might already have it. Like, I got the last wild card spot right now, and then the next position I'm 9-5, and the next one's 7-6, 7-7. So
yeah, you're 9. Yeah, so yeah, you're pretty close to the Jaguars here. Y'all been having a good rivalry.
Yeah, I split my whole division this year. Like, I played all my division games in the first 8 weeks. So
got them out of there.
Man, that it was rough. I was like, as long as I could survive that part, that was the hard part of my schedule. I mean, it's not easy right now, but it's not like how it was. So I'm happy with my season so far.
BM 7-7. How's your season going minus Brady?
Who?
You lost Brady, right?
No, I didn't have Brady. Brady retired.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
My-
You lost Brady.
Oh yeah. It was going well until my quarterback died for 42 weeks. He died against Nem for 2 weeks, came back, won 7 games in a row, and then he died again against H. And he finished that game. You know, I won that game, and then after that, I lost 7 games, and I haven't been winning. All my backups been throwing more interceptions than probably anyone in the league. I've taken way too many sacks because my guy's overthrowing it.
I swear you always have somebody die on you every season.
James White died. My quarterback just died. So yeah, and then now I'm just.
You sticking with that quarterback going into next year?
I'm going to draft a quarterback again, and then at least have 2 quarterbacks right there. At least, like he was doing really good. He went 9 for 1 interception, 1,500 yards, and he only played 7 games, or basically all together. So to me, that was really good until Chad Kelly came in with 12 interceptions for 1 touchdown.
Hey, he likes to date He likes to date superstars, though. So
that's why you need to get your quality backup in this league.
Well,
Man.
I just took the Browns guy who he dropped, and he didn't do bad. It's just that I was basically already out of the game.
Yeah, you need Case Keenum. Case Keenum. Rams, you're 7-7. How's your season going?
Oh man, it's been kind of a roller coaster. I started off kind of rocky. Then I went on like a 6-7 game win streak there. Then now I'm on a 3-game losing streak. So it's kind of up and down. But I'm losing guys. The last couple of games, I'm like lost like 3 guys or so.
You're also in debatably one of the hardest division in football. There's a good chance that none of you finish with a losing record. So there's that.
Yeah.
How's it playing the juggernaut that is Lamarck right now? He is on a tear.
You know, I think I got him once a couple of seasons ago or a season or 2 ago, and I thought I had his game plan, but then he came back and like kicked my butt a couple of times. So he's tough, though. He's tough. But, you know, looking forward to playing him, though. Always do. Him and, honestly, Coach. Coach and I, we always have a good game, you know, and even though he's not doing so hot this year, but we always have a real good battle.
Yeah, he is in your division, isn't he? Yeah, Coach is a good fun guy. All right, Bengals. You are sitting with the worst record in football, top overall pick. What's going on there? You ready for next season?
Yeah, can't get here fast enough. The biggest thing I've had is like I've had a bunch of like 1-score losses. I've been in games, but it's just that somehow I end up finding ways to lose. Like I played the Rams. That was the perfect example. I'm in position to kick the game-winning field goal, and he fumbles on 3rd down.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say your point differential is not as high as some other people's who have more wins than you. So that's what it is. Is what it is. Good say. Who's y'all's favorite to win it all this year? Let's go through that. Who's your favorite, Rabbit?
Let's hear about your season so far.
Oh yeah, my season. Yeah, it's good. I'm 10-4. The Eagles is gonna have a sim set up with me 11-5. I technically clinched my division with that. I'll take it if I have to win that way. Up against Waka, I'll do it. I don't care. I have no shame. I did beat Waka once this season, split with him, took the rest of the record. Did lose a heartbreaker to the Buccaneers. Madden was not in favor with me. I would like a rematch against him in the playoffs. I'm hoping he's who I get. I also had a really, really good game against the Redskins. So if I win, it's going to be between probably the Skins, Bucks, or Cowboys in this playoff game. And I've played all 3 of you this season with 2-1 in my record. I'm ready to play any of y'all. So, if I can get healthy, I'm looking to get healthy. I have 6 injuries right now. All of them should be back by the 2nd week of the playoffs. All but 2 should be back by the playoffs. So that's going to be pretty huge. I've been playing with half a roster. Eric Kendricks has been out. Trey Waynes has been out. he's really good at locking down those quick slot guys that like to people put in, and I'm just plugging and playing people, and it has not been as effective. All in all, though, I feel good. I always play Lamar good, so I have a feeling that I feel confident playing him. I hope someone else can take the Giants out, and I can just cruise into a Super Bowl for the first time in NSL history. That would be nice. That's my season. But anyways. Also, it looks like I'm one game away from clinching the 3rd seed, too. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. So I'll play. Hopefully that means I don't have to play walk-up 3rd time this season. I played enough walk-up. All right. Who's your we got 2 teams at 12-1. We got Lamarck and the Giants at 12-1. We got me at 10-4. And then on the AFC side, we got the Colts at 12-2. The Chiefs at 10-4, the Jaguars at 10-4. Who's your favorite to win it all here going into who do you think's playing their best right now? Who do you think is ready to go through? Rabbit?
Well, I'm hoping that the Niners best the Giants this year. I think they lost in the conference championships last year, the Giants, and if it ends up being those 2 guys again, hopefully definitely pulling for the Niners, and then going to pull for another guy that hasn't made it over there out of the AFC yet. Colts. Magic's been playing some good Madden this year, so hopefully maybe see Colts Niners Super Bowl with Niners coming out on top.
Okay. Liam, who do you have?
Like you said, I also look at probably the Colts and 49ers, unless the Giants do a rematch from last year against the Chiefs. That's only the ones I see.
I don't think the Chiefs want that after what happened last year.
No, maybe the Chiefs would do something different this year and actually win it, maybe. But I don't know how you go. Like what? He went like 45-3 or something.
It was as bad as our NFC Championship game was against the Eagles. So it was not good. Yeah. Napleman, who do you got winning here? Who do you think's gonna take it?
Lamarck, man. I gotta go with the guy that's in our division. He's doing really good, and he's pretty tough to beat. I played him last time. He played me tough. I'm hoping I take him out this upcoming events. I want that win, but I think he can win it all. Giants is pretty good too. I've been watching them, so but I think it's gonna be Lamarck.
Okay, Bengals. Who do you got, Bengals? I know you're probably a little newer to the league, but I'm sure you've played some of these people by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lamarck. He's having a good season, so it's gonna be between him and you coming out the NFC, I think, and the AFC is kind of
putting down Pink. Putting down Pink. I'm down. Screw Pink. I'm with you. Tired of seeing his name on our boards.
Wide open. Like the Colts is kind of. He's ahead of everybody, but he hadn't really just separated himself from everybody, so it's kind of a toss-up about the AFC.
Yeah, I agree. This AFC is going to be rough. I can't for sure say any of these people are guaranteed to come out. I think JR here has a good shot of coming out of it. I think the Colts, they're obviously 12-2 for a reason. Chiefs made the Super Bowl last year. Dolphins, if they can sneak in, have won a Super Bowl just 2 seasons ago in this Madden. So there's quite a few people. I'm going to go with Jags, though. I think they got a lot of talent on their team to overset the Colts. NFC, I'm going to go with the 49ers, even though he recently lost to the now 4-10 Falcons.
Yeah. Any given Sunday.
So,
Exactly.
That kind of makes me happy about the league, that even our best, the dude playing lights out, the dude with 3 people in the top 3 of the MVP voting right now, including the quarterback, running back, and a defender, still gets beat by a 3-9 guy going in.
I was in the party with Bates when he was playing. So he was getting ecstatic.
That's Bates in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's Bates in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
So we're about to roll down a banner about that. Bates beating the 49ers. He can put that, hang that in a stadium. That's and if Lamarck does go through and he gets these last 2 wins, goes 15-1, or last 3 wins goes 15-1, that'll be something for Bates to hang his hat on. He was the only person to beat the Super Bowl champion this year. I know that would be exciting for him. I mean, I hope that's not the case. I would really like to beat Lamarck this year too, especially especially a dude rocking CJ Beathard. Like, how are we all losing to a dude rocking CJ Beathard? You know, it's like,
well, he rocks them well. Oh,
he does rock them well. Let's see here. So I was going into this before the MVP voting. Right now, we have 3 people in the top 5, and top 3 of them are all 49ers. You think it's safe to say that the 49ers will be winning this bringing this MVP home, Rabbit?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot that he could do. I mean, he might, if he lost a couple games, the way Madden looks at MVPs, it's usually, you got to have good stats, but you also got to be one of the higher ranked teams. So, if he was to drop a couple, he might drop out, but I don't think that's going to happen. Probably Beathard's going to win it.
Yeah. I agree. But, well, right now is random rookie running back is, so that's going to be terrible for us if he gets that XP boost. Even though we drop it down to 50, that's still going to be a good 10,000 winning MVP. And
he's not a rookie, though.
I don't think he's not a rookie, but he's still young enough to get the points.
Yeah,
good MVP and probably Pro Bowl too. So
yeah, the Pro Bowl. Yeah,
definitely making Pro Bowl. So there's that. Right now, leading our league in passing is, believe it or not, the Bears with Miles Kuderuya. Yeah, he's close to 4,000 yards passing, got 39.88, 33 touchdowns. He is rocking a 54 interception. He is definitely on pace for our interception. He's definitely on pace. I've played the Bears. Rabbit, do you think he's going to break the interception record?
He should have. Who had the most?
Not already.
I believe it's 56 or 57 by you, BM.
Was it? No. That was sacks.
Look it up.
Hey,
I never threw that many interceptions. Unless it was like multiple quarterbacks.
Yeah, but regardless, whatever it is, if he hasn't already, he will break it. He's probably going to break 60. So,
like, I don't think I never threw that many interceptions. The most I ever threw was probably like 30 interceptions.
No, it's him. It's his own record. It's at 59.
It's his own record. His record is 59.
I held the most sacks. I want to say I held the most sacks by
Take it by a quarterback.
I had 98. So if anyone ever
and then last season, Coach had 99.
Oh shit! So he beat me. Then what am I holding? Walker called me BM syndrome. Now we're gonna call it Coach syndrome.
But to be fair, Coach did have traded, but he was in cap trouble.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, no line.
Well, he did have to. He was in some cap hell. I think next year he's going to be fine as long as he re-signed Russell to a respectable contract. He should be finally over the hump. Those are some bad. That's a bad team to start out with. You got to make a lot of tough choices. All right, JR, you think he's going to break it? You think he's going to get 5 more in 3 games or 2 games?
At his rate, yeah. It's not hard to throw interceptions. So,
JR, how do you feel about him breaking your previous interception record there? Is that? I know you've had one.
Quiet.
Go right ahead.
I know you had one.
Oh man, I didn't have no interception record. I had one.
I was talking to I was talking BM. Yeah. You had one today? Yes.
I never had
pretty
one
sure.
Completely. No, it wasn't even never me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was never me.
Just an interesting little tidbit there.
No, it was Bates before him.
Oh, okay. Well,
but he came.
Bates is going to be.
He came and demolished Bates' record though.
He did. Bates is rocking 43 this year, so I'm just having a little fun here. Next closest, Marcus Mariota is also having a bad season. Deshaun Watson, what's going on here? 11 touchdowns, 36 interceptions. JR, what's going on here with Deshaun?
And how are you 9-5 or whatever you are?
I got Clowney, Watt, and Sherman on that team. So So I got a hell of a defense. I tried. Shoot. I tried to throw some. You get them Superman catches, one hit. I'd be like, come on, man, you can't make that. My problem is I throw realistic throws. I think they're open, and then all of a sudden, they got a glider and have them Superman dives for interceptions and stuff like that, or they'll jump through.
One underrated guy this Madden, Sam Bradford, is rocking a 23 and 23 touchdown interception with Extreme 09. So, Extreme has been on his own interception tear sometimes. Sam Bradford is just lights out this Madden for some reason. He's even making 09 look good. Another person with a pretty bad touchdown interception record, Teddy Bridgewater, 8 touchdowns, 23 interceptions on the season.
Oh, yeah.
Not looking good. Don't worry, Napleman, you're not close enough for me to call you out. 17 to 24.
Yeah, I'm close.
Deshaun Kaiser, you're not Jameis Winston, 23 and 31. Looks like we still have an interception problem in this league, but it happens. Let's see who we're doing here. Rushing. Ever since we turned down the running back thing, I noticed, I don't know if it's maybe because we went to all Madden and passing's easier too. Running backs have definitely been nerfed a little bit. By far the best running back right now is Matt Breida, or whatever his name is for the 49ers. Yeah, 1,257 yards, 14 touchdowns, and that's in 13 games. I think he's getting the sim game this week. So and that's only with 5 broken tackles. Dude just is getting untouched. Yeah, Leonard Fournette finally stays healthy. So I know that makes the Jags happy. He breaks 1,000 yards. He's at 1192 with 10 touchdowns, but he has 32 broken tackles. So he's definitely earned his yards a little bit better. Let's see some other people we can get here.
John Howard from the Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juwan Howard. Yeah, he's definitely. Well, that's his weapon. The funny thing is the Bears are like this close. If they could get their defense to resemble anything close to a defense and cut down the interceptions, his offense isn't that bad, but he likes to throw them picks, and then when he does, he likes to let you score on it. So trying to look for some people in the party here. We got Joe Mixon. Looks like you're running a bit of a running back by committee here, Bengals. You got Joe Mixon with 130 carries, Hill with 80, Giovanni Bernard with 25. What's going on with your running back by committee there, Bengals? Looking, you can't decide which one you want, or are they just getting hurt? Bengals?
Is his mic muted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my mic muted. Say, what's the question again?
Your Bengals. You got. Yeah, how are you running this by committee? Do you feel like that's the best way to do it for you, the running back by committee, or are you just getting hurt?
Yeah, it wasn't really by committee. Mixon was supposed to be my main guy. He got hurt and missed a good little stretch in there. So once he was out, I mixed it up with Hill and Bernard, but Mixon is my main guy, but he's been banged up.
All right, Ram, let's go to you. Darius Jackson. I know this is your guy. You love Darius Jackson. He was a 69 overall, I believe, when you first got him. Is he everything? He's running for 3.6 yards per carry. Is he everything you thought he would be, or are you looking more towards Corey Grant and Moses Marshall now?
It's really running back by committee, not now. At first, he was the guy during the beginning of this when we first started the game, but now he kind of fell back a little bit to like almost third string power run, short yardage, but it's mostly running back by committee since I got the other 2 guys.
Okay. Cowboys, let's go to you. I know you've had some issues with Zeke staying healthy. So you're running the ball all year long with Doug Martin. You ready is Zeke back yet, or what's going on with Zeke? What's the story there?
Yeah, he just came back last game. Nothing spectacular from him, but at least he made it through the game. He missed 11 games.
I tried to kill him.
You did.
You ready? You ready to bench him for Doug Martin permanently?
No, not at all. He was full in and could pound out a few yards here and there. But definitely no explosiveness, but the addition of Will Fuller has helped out the passing game a bit. At least I'm spreading it around pretty good. It's nice to have that deep threat there. Dez and Switzer are good in close catching traffic guys, but none of them really have any elite speed. So appreciate that, JR, and your first round pick. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's I had to definitely came into this season just wanting to run more after having a full season of Zeke last year. He won the rushing title, I believe, and then he got hurt. I don't know. I guess it was second game. But
all right, JR, looking at your running backs, you got Dante Foreman leading the pack with a 4.6 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns, obviously helping relieve some of that ridiculous touchdown interception ratio Deshaun Watson's throwing at you. Yeah. You also got Hartman and Miller. What's going on with you also have some carries with Deshaun. What's going on with your running back committee here? How's that working out for you?
Well, at first I was doing it by committee, and then Foreman had this one game. He had 11, 12 carries for 175 yards. It looked like he wanted to be the main running back, and ever since then, he ain't looked big. He keeps on telling me that, give me more time. So I'll just give him more carries. Just go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah. Sorry. BM, see what you're doing. You definitely have had some struggles with running backs. You can't keep the ones healthy when you finally get them. You traded for Duke Johnson. I believe he got hurt the first game you had him. It looks like he's back now, though. What's going on with your running back by super committee?
They just like to get hurt a lot and fumble the ball. Deion Lewis, once he does one cut and runs to a defender, he just gets laid out and fumbles. So he's basically useless.
Deion Lewis has 0 fumbles on the year. BM.
Well, I'm just saying that's why I stopped using him now. But Duke Johnson is doing a pretty good job. I'm still trying to use him. I'm getting rid of James White at the end of the season because he's dying slowly. I left him on injured reserve, and he stayed on reserve until the end of the season.
Wasn't he hurt from last year still? Did he carry that into this year?
He carried it in this year for 8 weeks, but I put someone else on injured reserve, and he came back last week. So
he had the Teddy syndrome. He definitely, his knee fell off.
Yeah, and now my quarterback's on injured reserve for 52 weeks, or 42 weeks. I don't remember. So so now I'm just injury reserve spots. A lot of injury reserve spots now, I feel like.
All right, let's go to wide receivers real quick, and then we'll call it a podcast. Just kind of wanted to get some of y'all's feelings for how your offense and defense is going here. Leading the league right now is rookie Antonio Hayes. Number 73 has 1,348 yards and 12 touchdowns. I will say, and I warned the Bears against this, targets Hayes way too much. I started spying him, or not spying him, but spotlighting him and double teaming him, just leaving other people wide open, and he would force it straight into Patrick Peterson for a pick. I don't care who you are. You can't just Patrick Peterson or Harrison Smith are not the people you want to try together. That's the hell of a combo, and he will throw it right in for pick sixes. That being said, he's probably got to work on getting the ball distributed a little bit more, but he is within our rules. But he definitely is attacking that rookie with ruthless aggression. Bengals over here, number 2 in the league, John Ross. 63 catches, 1,049 yards, and 9 touchdowns. What's happening with John Ross? What's making him so good this year?
Ross is just explosive. You can get him the ball, and he's pretty much a threat to take it to the house anytime he touches it.
Yeah, they're running a nice 60.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how I get it to him. It's just he's a home run threat if he touches the ball.
Well, 90 speed he should be.
He has a ridiculous 9.6 yards run after catch yard with any wide receiver that has over 10 carries, by far leading them. So you're right. He's definitely a home run threat. How do you get him the ball? Is it screens, deep ball, slants, or he's just taking everything?
I do a combination of everything: screens, deep balls, slants. Any way I can give him the ball.
Definitely getting him the ball, we can tell. Antonio Brown's third in the league. He is obviously still Antonio Brown. Jalen Strong, the second Bears receiver. Obviously, he goes down kind of quickly. His defense isn't the greatest, so he has to throw. He has a second receiver in the top 5 for yards. I'm sorry, not top 5 for yards, but top 5 for catches. Let's see who else we got here. Some of you guys. Julio's up there. Mari. AJ Green's also over 1,000 yards. So you're doing pretty good passing the ball here. Your offense clicking then, I'm guessing, DeMario.
Yeah, it is. Surprisingly, Dalton's been better than I expected. We had a love-hate relationship at the beginning. Figured out how to use him.
Okay. Let's see who else we got here. Dez Bryant, 46 catches, 884 yards, 7 touchdowns. Is he your go-to guy, or is he slowing down for you, Rabbit?
No, not at all. I mean, in fact, prior to the season, I'd even debated maybe trying to trade him to see if I could get something good, but he just came in. At least maybe I started to learn how to use him and, give him the jump balls and try to get it to where he can go up and get it. And he has become my number one receiver, where previous, last year and the years before had been, trying to get Switzer the ball to try to bump him up. But, it helps having both those guys that can catch in traffic.
You also have Will Fuller that you traded for, who is doing lights out, 735 yards, 4 touchdowns for you. Is it nice having that as a 1-2? Is that him, Switzer, and Bryant? Is that your go-to for the future?
Oh, yeah. They all have about 40 receptions, give or take 3 or 4 apiece, and all have 700-plus yards. So definitely have learned to use them all to their strengths and mix it up a little bit.
BM, you spread out the ball a little bit here. Gronk's leading your catches with 41 catches, 600 yards, but you then have 3 receivers coming in with 34, 43, and 25 catches, all around 600 reception yards. You don't have a favorite guy? You just get it to whoever's open? What's going on there?
I like to spread the ball around. I don't really look at one person. I look at everybody. That's probably why I get hit a lot. But my two top guys is probably Brandon Cooks and Jordan Matthews. I look. But I do look for Gash because he does beat a lot of people on one-on-one, and he's like 6'6", jumps like 95 or something jump. So I try to look for him sometimes too to go up. And then Gronk, some reason, wants to go off now, and he leaves my team.
All right. Let's go ahead and go over to the Rams. Looks like you got nearly 3 700-yard receivers. You love attacking your wide receivers here. Jermaine Kearse, who you traded for. I guess you're glad about that. Or did you pick him up free agency?
I picked him up on free agency.
Okay. 42 catches, 765 yards, 2 touchdowns. You also have Sam I Am Watkins, 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. And you got Ty Montgomery. I know you got him for free agency, right?
No, I traded for him.
Okay, and you traded for one of them. So he has 640 yards, 5 touchdowns. You traded for him as a running back, converted him to wide receiver. You happy with these 3, or is these your 3 going forward? Are you going to look to address that?
I like these 3, especially since Kearse came on board. I think I'm all set. I hate that Austin kind of dropped, because at first he was in my lineup, but his catches kind of dropped there. But no, I like what I got, and my tight end. I like my tight end as well. Everett, he's doing really well as well. So I think I'm all set. Just got to build up that line a little bit more and to protect my quarterback. So hopefully that's what I got to focus on.
Next year, you should have a pretty strong Cooper Kupp also. So.
Yep, exactly.
All right, let's go, JR, to you. Let's see what we're doing here. See what these 11 touchdowns win. You do not have a receiver over 600. Your passing game is a little weak this year. What's going on? You had Denard Hopkins, 578 yards and a touchdown. But besides that, you got a couple 400s in Braxton Miller and Eric Decker. What's going on? Do you feel like your wide receiver? Is it the quarterback, the line? What's going on with your passing game?
DeAndre Hopkins drops a lot of balls for me, but then half my offensive line's been on the injury list too. So they've been running with backups, and yeah, they don't cut it.
All right. One more thing before we go. I'm going to go through every team. I'll go through my team first. I want one of your best players from defense. And why I'm going to read his stats off. I'll just go over some of the people. By the way, my receivers, I'm having trouble with Stephon staying healthy this year. Laquan has 918 yards, 7 touchdowns. Julius Thomas is my second with 700 yards, who I picked up in free agency for a 1 year, and this dude has made some miraculous catches. I'm very happy with him. Unfortunately, he turns 32 next year, so I can't re-sign him. Sorry, Julius. You were a good mercenary. Adam Thielen has 44 catches, 779 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Diggs, only playing in 4 or 5 games so far, is up to 636 yards and 5 touchdowns. Really coming on strong now. I'm glad he's back. Did miss him for the year. So All right, let's go defense. We'll start with the Bengals. Who's one guy on defense who's your MVP on defense? And we'll look at his stats. Who can you not do without on defense?
Perfect.
Vontez?
I'm already a bad defensive unit right now anyway, but if he's go down, then it's curtains. It's basically you're going to be able to do whatever you want on him.
He has 73 tackles, 7 for a loss, 1 sack, 3 interceptions, 3 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, and that's it. So yeah, good play for him. All right, let's go to you, Rams. Who's your MVP on defense?
Well, if you go by stats, it's not this guy, but
honestly, who's your guy? That's what I want to know.
Byron Maxwell. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I picked him up, and he just comes. He's a playmaker. He comes out. When I really need a big turnover, if I need something to happen, it seems like it's always him, or a sack. He comes through. So he's. I will give it to him pretty much.
Yeah, 65 tackles on the season, 6 for a loss, coming from a cornerback position. Is he your slot, or is he your outside?
He's actually my outside.
Wow. Two sacks from the outside. Good job. 4 interceptions, 9 pass deflections, and 1 fumble recovery, and no touch. Yeah, and a touchdown. So good job, Byron Maxwell. BM, who's your defensive powerhouse? Who can you not play without on defense?
Probably Malcolm Butler, with 8 interceptions, 3 fumbles, 1 touchdown, 33 tackles, and 2 sacks. He basically is like, if you throw the ball to him, he's going to catch that shit. So I can't win games without him.
Like it's the Super Bowl at the 1-yard line. All right, who do you got, Rabbit, on the Cowboys? I know you had to revamp your defense. You had a lot of people missing. Your defense is doing a lot better now. Is it one of those rookies? Who really is cementing your defense right now?
Well, the first year, my defensive backfield core was pretty weak, but almost all of them were young, and they kind of come into their own. Owuzie and, of course, the free safety, return strong safety that I drafted.
Spurgio? Sperry's? Yeah, Sergio Sperry.
Yeah, he's really coming into his own. He's got 5 picks this year, but really Anthony Brown has been my best player on defense. Cornerback, his best year so far, 6 picks. Really should be 8, but lost 2 and also had another touchdown return in that game as well. So he really should have 3, but got 2 on the year. He's been came up clutch when I needed him. So 95 speed doesn't hurt either.
All right, JR, you have quite a bit of people. Let me ask you, who's your? I don't know if it's going to be Clowney or Watt. I know it's going to be one of those two.
Well, it's what Clowney actually got them sacks. He was out for 7-8 weeks and still got that amount of sacks. But JJ, at one time, I had my whole defensive line was injured except Watt. He's the only one that wasn't hurt. Like I had to go sign more defensive tackles because I had 3. All of them were hurt.
The opposite of real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. JJ Watt has 79 tackles, 18 tackles for a loss. So that is not sacks. That's just tackling. 22.5 quarterback sacks. Also 2 fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and no touchdowns. So JJ Watt, the leader and that is a vaulted Texans defense. So that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
If you ever want to trade JJ, by the way.
I don't even use her JJ. That's all him.
For the Vikings, I would have to say I've got quite a, everybody knows I like trading for the big names. I've got quite a few. I've got Patrick Peterson, who by far, he only had 2 interceptions for the Cardinals last year. I don't know how. Patrick takes everything, and he takes it to the house. Very happy with that acquisition. Looking back on it, I would have paid more now knowing what he does for my defense. He makes Xavier Rhodes look expendable. That's how good he has been, who also is having a good year. But, I also have Sharif. Everybody knows I like to use Everson, and he has 21 sacks this year. Or, I'm sorry, he has 14. Daniil has 21. But if I had to go with the guy that I need on defense and he doesn't get hurt, he's always there for me. He makes plays when it happens. When the game's on the line and they're trying to go deep on me, this one guy stops the play every time. It's Harry the Hitman Smith. He might not have as many sacks or as many stats as Patrick Peterson. He doesn't have as many interceptions or touchdowns, but he has 60 tackles, 4 for a loss from a safety, 7 interceptions, 18 pass deflections. 18. That might lead the league. I'm going to have to look that up. No catches allowed, a forced fumble, and a touchdown. Dude is just lights out for me. I would not give him – I was offered first-round picks for him before, and I want no part of that. He is second in the league in pass deflections. So if you're behind Clinton Dix, of the Steelers. So I got to say, by far, Harry the Hitman leads my team every year. This is no different. Patrick Peterson a close second, though. Really happy with that pickup. A matter of fact, I want to see right now before we get off how Mackenzie Alexander is doing for the Cardinals. Let's see here. He has 1 interception and 6 pass deflections. So he's doing all right. No touchdowns. Not terrible, but I don't think he has the impact of Patrick Peterson, and I think letting Patrick Peterson go, even for the cap issues, was a mistake. So that's all I have. I know Rabbit's got to get off and go play the Jets, so we can advance our damn league an hour and a half late. But before I go, I'd like to say there is quite a few games getting missed lately. Let's calm that down. If you can't play in our league anymore, that's fine. Let somebody we got a whole 24 people that can and are waiting to get called up. Rabbit's doing a great job in ASL. Those people are hungry and ready. So if you don't want to play, don't play. I understand. You can come back next year, try again in ASL, work your way up again. No skin off our back. Not saying that we want anybody gone. I think we have a very strong group of 32 people, but you got to play your damn games. That's just fact. We had 4 last week, and looks like we'll have something like 3 this week. Get your games in, guys. Come on. Next year I'm gonna have to. I haven't had to crack down on. I haven't had to keep track. Next year I'm gonna have to, and if I have to boot somebody for inactivity, I'm sorry, but I can't just have people in the league not playing games. Anything you got to say about that before we leave, Rabbit?
No, it's the exact same thing, man. We understand that life happens. Just let us know, and no hard feelings. And even if it's just I can't play this next season, and then come into maybe ASL last season or something like that. So just let us know, and games played.
Yeah. All right. Anything anybody wants to say before we go?
Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. I like that. Screw the Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard the Vikings mayor give a welcome to the Super Bowl contestants, but if not, you might want to Google that one. It's pretty awesome. But he definitely took some shots at the Eagles there. So, all right, guys, it's a good podcast. Sorry if we didn't talk about your team. If you want more talking about your team, you should probably join the podcast, though. So, talk to y'all later. Bye.